Good morning, the honorable judges. My name is Ahmad Taraka from the contrary team, and I will be delivering my opinion and will be repeating regarding the motion. This house believes that history textbooks should be taught through bottom-up historiography rather than top-down historiography. Before I would like to jump into my opinion on why I oppose this idea, I would like to refute some of the points mentioned by the affirmative speaker. First off, the affirmative house mentioned that the privilege or the credit are only given to the powerful figures or big figures. Well, I mean, let's be real here. They are given credits or privilege because they play a big role in the conflict or in the history itself. They influence the history a lot and they contribute a lot. I mean, that's why because they are much more important. But it doesn't mean that the ordinary people are doesn't contribute at all. I mean, there are some countries where the the ordinary people are given credit such as veteran ticket. And secondly, the first speaker mentioned that history should be known from the fourth block or from the ordinary people. But let's be real here. Ordinary people doesn't know much because they don't play a big role. For example, they don't know a secret meeting that's going on between the leaders. That's why they are a less reliant source of information. Now, before I would like to jump into my main reason on why I oppose the idea that history textbooks should be taught through bottom up bottom up historiography rather than top down historiography. I would like to define first what is history, what is top down historiography, and what is bottom up. History is a vital part in the human life where it acts as a tree because it's so useful for a human itself. For example, it can lead us and it can guide us. And secondly, top-down historiography is a history where it mainly focuses on the leaders or the powerful figures or the main constitution, while bottom-up historiography is more of a social historiography where it focuses on the ordinary people and highlighting their small efforts and their contribution toward making history itself. But this house opposes the idea that history should be taught with bottom-up historiography rather than top-down historiography, and I will be breaking down each reason on why. First off, the uncertainty and bias. Ordinary people doesn't know as much as the powerful figure. If we have a lot of information from them, it can create a bias, it can create uncertainty because it's just based on them. They don't have the same goals as what the power figure have because they have different experience. So each people will be telling a different story and it can mix up the story, leaving a big hole in the history itself. And this can lead to adolescents being doubtful because there are too much story. They are not they are overwhelmed, and ordinary people are not as powerful as the big figures. For example, there's ordinary people doesn't know if there's a secret meeting between leaders, so they don't know what happened next. And school books or history books shouldn't be a collection of personal memories. And through this mix-up story, it can lead to social cohesion because why there are too much perspective. And this can lead to the second reason, which is easier to verify. Top-down history are very much easier to verify because there are clear records, there are clear figures who act there that are much influential, which can be trusted a lot more rather than bottom-up history books because they come from ordinary people that doesn't know as much as the powerful figures want. And let's not forget that the main the main key reason on why the history source must be reliable because it doesn't lead up to misunderstanding. That's why history main source must be reliable. And thirdly, Historical textbooks are meant to teach nationalism. Why is that? Well, one of the main usage of history being taught is that it can be inspirative, which it's meant to build nationalism, especially of a country history. If we teach one country history, it is meant to teach nationalism. So, powerful figure will build up one same narration to unify and harmonize the people perspective to have a sense of nationalism for the country itself. It is their main goal, and to teach nationalism, one of the key steps is to teach them from being adolescent, which leads to the fourth reason. Adolescent needs clear historical structure first. If we give them bottom-up history, it will makes them overwhelmed by the amount of story and will be confused because there are too much mixed up story from different people, and it will make the already tight book of history a lot more tighter. And if we overwhelm them, they will be just so confused. So, students or adolescent needs to understand first its main chronology, its key event, and the bigger picture itself before we teach them into the smaller stage, so that they don't get confused. And the final reason is powerful figure influence more rather than ordinary people. So that's why they deserve a lot more credit rather than the ordinary people, because the main figure here is the key role in resolving the conflict itself. So they deserve a lot more. So they deserve a lot more credit rather than the ordinary civilian who, who well, yes, they contribute to the conflict or the history, but they shouldn't be mentioned as much. And if we mention too much ordinary people, it can arise some question for some people. Why are they even mentioned? Because they don't contribute much. And the last reason, after a big conflict, what a country needs is peace. And the top 10 historiography can do just that. Why? Because it it leads from a verifiable source of information, and it can unify one perspective so that it can lead to peace, because it is from since it's from a reliable of source of information, the civilian can understand what truly happened and it can prevent conflict. In conclusion, this house opposes the idea that history should be taught through bottom up historiography rather than top-down historiography, because history books needs to be reliable and build nationalism, and it shouldn't be mixed up, and it should have one clear source of information that is reliable. That is all from me. Have a great day.